Hello, Taurus. Welcome. Thank you for being here. This is going to be a general reading we're dealing with. Of course, everything may not resonate, so take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel at About 53 Tarot. She's review as well. Thank you. All right, let's see what's going on. Okay. In the first two cards, Taurus, I am looking at the exact same energy I've seen before in Leo. Ooh, look at this. Goodness gracious. Okay. We'll go with it. Whoa. Okay. What the? What the? Yeah, I believe that. What the is that? What is that? Okay, Jerry. But people are chanting Jerry Springer. Jerry, Jerry. Wow. What the fuck is that? Jumping into this, Taurus. That is substances of vices and addictions. I don't know what I don't know what their preference is. I don't know what select your poison. I don't know what that's all about. Um, Holy shit. Whatever this is, I mean, geez, there's that. That is like energetically speaking. If we're going with the example of alcohol, liquid courage. I don't know what that is. Whatever this is, though, whatever this substance is that I am looking at, they're partaking, be responsible, be safe. They are partaking in this before making a move or an advancement on you, Taurus. Holy shit. But I don't understand like what that is. If that is what that is, as it is physical intimacy, and then unfortunately afterwards, that is one huge fight, argument, or brawl. In what I am looking at, this is a situation of like, no, 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 no. This is like the after fight, the after conflict. The dust hasn't even settled yet, and they're like energetically Taurus trying to convince you. Like it's like one of those cheesy movies. Like no, 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 no. There's a whole bunch of babies. There's a whole bunch of da 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 da, and it's like no, 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 no. You know I love you. You know I love you. You know I'm all about you. It's all bullshit. How appropriate. It's all bullshit, Taurus. Goodness gracious. I mean, what a hell of a mask you're wearing. What a hell of a mask. What? Okay, so here's the thing, Taurus. Are they cheating? Are they single or are they cheating? I don't know. They could, unfortunately, I got to go there. They could just be sleeping around. They could just be sleeping around. Because I'm looking at their energy towards two or three different other energies. They could be sleeping around. If that's the case, this over here is a hookup. I don't know if that's you, Taurus. This is kind of like sounding and looking as well as a little bit like Libra. So Leo and Libra energy with who they're asking about or dealing with, or possible placements. That is an energy where the hookup, unfortunately, doesn't turn out so well. And then, unfortunately, it goes over to if they're not babying this other energy, like baby, 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 like trying to save that one, then it's baby, 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 the other person trying to save that one. That is weird. That is energetic strategy. Because whatever this is, I mean, they're running around. They're running around with this person, hooking up with this person. Then they're running around with this person. Dirty birdie. It's that is kind of weird. They're like, I gotta say it, Taurus. They're comparing. They're comparing who they're running around with. They're comparing who they're hooking up with. Okay. Well, speaking of Leo, there's a Seven of Swords. Damn. That is crazy. That is crazy. It's like, oh my goodness. That means they're hooking up with this person. That mean I don't know. That is so weird. They're hooking up with this person. They're going back to that person, which they have a history with. They're realizing something about like what they want or who they want. I don't know. Even then, they say that, but then they're kind of like they're trying to figure out what they need to do for their own personal priorities. And how about stop hooking up with people and figure out what you need to do for yourself? Get your shit in order. This is an energy of energetically, physically, mentally, emotionally. They are entangled. Unfortunately, I got to go there. They are in bed with multiple people all at the same time. That is bouncing from person to person to person to person. It's that same energy of like, it's that same energy. They respond with like, they stress it. It's like, that's the thing. Hello, Crosswatcher. They stress it. They sweat it. They panic about this. And then they're just like, fuck it. I don't give a shit. So even when it's all getting called out and aired out, they go through that, what am I going to do? And then they're kind of like, well, fuck it. It's already been said. Because ultimately they know there's nothing else they can kind of do once it's been aired out. But they're still like, but what am I going to do? They're making problems and matters much, much worse for themselves. I mean, that is like, I don't understand that. I'll give you that. There's a Three of Swords. You do realize what you're doing. But I don't understand like why you're doing it. You do realize why you're doing it, but I don't understand why you're doing it. Over here, you're saying it's because I don't give a fuck. The problem is over there, you really do, but you're fronting and fluffing and masking that you don't give a fuck when really you do. Like, damn. I guess the mask is falling off. The mask is falling off, Taurus. You do give a fuck. Energetically, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know which one. And there's the tower on top of the deck. I don't know who they're. Like I said, it's energetic, run around, bounce around. They're so energetically entangled and in a mess. They're making matters for themselves. I don't know which one you are, Taurus. I don't know which one you are. I'm looking at so many energies. Unfortunately, they're running around using people for whatever instant gratification or instant desires they have. But yeah, with that Three of Swords, clearly it's not fulfilling, nor is it making them happy. Yet, like I said, they do what they do. Sounds like an addiction. What kind of addiction? I don't know. I've seen this energy a handful of times today. It's like they don't see people. They see like probably narcissistic. They don't see people. They see how they can use people. They like objectify them. Like I could use that person for this. I could use that person for that. I can use that person for that. Um, Damn, look at that. Even me saying that, they're not happy. They're like, fuck, I know. It's like, then. So do something about it. Do something about it. Like you are far from happy. You are far from okay. You are going through it. Figure that shit out and straighten your shit out. Do that work on oneself. Not this, I don't give a fuck. And then you walk away crying. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just let's not fucking put on a front facade or put on a show here. You're playing around with your emotions, your own emotions, Crosswatcher. You're playing around with your emotions. Leave it at that. But you're also like stepping on other people too. It's like that means you unfortunately that means you kind of like walk all over yourself too. At your own expense. It's like, what is that? That comes down to self-worth and self-value, self-respect and self-love. Oh my gosh. I don't think they're gonna learn, Taurus. I don't think they're gonna learn. Unfortunately, they're not gonna learn. They're not gonna learn. That is so crystal clear. That is just they're not gonna learn. They're like once again, it goes back to that energy of like that's sad though. That's sad. They know it. They fucking know it. Like I gotta do what I gotta do. It's at the same time. That's crazy to see that. That is so crazy to see that. I don't even know what to say. What I'm looking at, Taurus, is they just continuously run to other people. Like they just constantly bounce from this person to that person to that person to this person to that person. Still. The only way that this is actually, I don't know why they're airing this out. The only way that this makes sense is they're a hired hand. The question is, are they under contract? I am looking at contract. I'm looking at under contract. Hired help, hired hand. You do this, you do that. That's why, unfortunately, there's a situation where it's like they're the job that they were hired for, the contract they had signed, the deal that they had made, or the pact that went through. They need to unfortunately own up to it. The problem is they're paying a hell of a lot more than they even thought or expected they would for what they're doing. It's like, that one kind of stung a little bit. That one kind of stung a little bit. Whoever hired them is just like, do what the fuck you got to do. It's business. It is what it is. It's business. Get to work. And it's like, ew. So they made a deal. Oh shit. Yeah, that's why. That makes sense. They made a deal. They're like, what of it? Fuck off. Whoa, spicy. Spicy. Heyo. Oh, and on that note, that is interesting. That is interesting. I'll give you that one. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Huh. I am so curious, but I'm so curious, but even I don't fuck around with that energy. Bye.